Welcome to the Activations with JJ Energy Update for the week of June 14th, 2021. Thank you so much for hopping on this podcast or this video to listen to the energy update to whatever is brought through for this particular week. It's always fun to create a message and create an energy and vibrations and an activation each week with you, and to be able to help other people who are looking to increase their density, to ascend, and to step into the new earth. It's a fun time and a fun stage in the progression of the earth. As always, I intend to invite a particular energy in this week, and every week it's different. If you haven't listened before, if this is your first time, you can go back and you can see that I bring through all different kinds of energies. I don't necessarily stick to a particular set of guides or a particular energy or being to channel. I actually just go with what my gut tells me and with what I feel is for our greatest and highest good. I do feel at this time that we are working quite closely with emissaries from the Galactic Federation. And I have worked with a few different ones. They aren't usually extremely specific with who they are or what they do. There have been Arcturians, and I'm not sure what the other ones were. It's escaping my mind. But if you look back, sometimes they don't give a lot of detail. But the Arcturians have definitely come through, and they do work with the Galactic Federation. So I think maybe I will go ahead and bring them through. I know that at one point in time, they had mentioned that they had a lot of information for us. So I'm sure that what they give to us today will be helpful for us. So join me as I relax and open myself to their message, always setting the intention that it is for our greatest and highest good. And this, of course, is done of our own free will. Receiving this message is not being forced upon us. This is a choice that we have. And if we feel like it's going to be helpful in our particular expansion, then we can move forward with confidence, knowing that this activation and message is going to benefit us in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for again inviting us to convey to you information that is of utmost importance for those of you who are listening in particular. This message is not for the masses, but for those few who desire to receive upgrades in specific ways that we can offer. We are the Arcturian emissaries, 9th density, from the Galactic Federation, who have actually come through before on previous transmissions. We would again like to let you know that we are located very near to Earth physically. Although our density is of a higher degree than yours, and therefore we would not be visible to the naked eye. Those of you who desire to see us in your mind's eye, or those of you who have developed your clairvoyance to a point where you can see higher density beings, or those of you who have received upgrades to your physical eyes that allow you to see higher densities, we invite you to now focus in on our image. We transmit that image now. Along with our activation through light language, as you call it, we invite you to continue to view in your mind's eye the images that will come forth. For as always, the transmission is not just auditory. We do portray things energetically that can come through in your imagination, and that can also come through as our energy interacts with yours. We would like to transmit 3 messages in particular. The first one is regarding a somewhat rough spot that many of you may be experiencing at this time. We mention this because some of what is occurring energetically is now manifesting in your physical 3D lives, and therefore it can be somewhat disconcerting to you, as you have previously felt that things were going a little bit more smoothly, and now you've kind of hit a bumpy road. We want you to realize that at this particular moment, many of you are shifting back and forth, getting ready to enter into a higher density. So you may experience some different energetic transitions in a rapid sequence as you move from a lower to a higher, a lower to a higher, a lower to a higher within minutes and seconds of your day. And therefore you will see events occurring that seem very 3D, events that seem higher density, and then back to the 3D, which can seem, again, very disconcerting. The reason for this is that we are allowing your bodies, your energetic and physical bodies, to become calibrated to the higher density. And therefore, you must go back and forth for a little bit of time before you completely enter into the higher density existence. This is extremely important as the physical bodies are upgrading at a little bit slower pace than the energetic bodies. And we would like you to remember that and not to get disheartened or disappointed when very 3D events seem to be happening to you. And again, it can feel a little bit like a roller coaster. We understand this, and we simply wish to inform you so that you are aware, prepared, and ready for this type of situation to happen. The transition will be completely final eventually, and you will no longer feel as if you are going up and down in density so frequently. When that time comes, you will be informed, and you may seek information from your guides regarding that specific event, as it will be different for each and every one of you, because each and every one of you is a unique being that will transition and that will acclimate to the higher density at a different time. Our second point is regarding the dietary considerations that those of you who are calibrating to a higher density may want to ponder and think about as you enter this specific time of shift physically. We would like to encourage you, as you've been told many times before, to drink activated water. Activated water simply means that the intention has been set to create a water that is of a higher density. That is the most basic way that we can explain activated water to you. This can be done through your mind. There have also been devices created on your planet that have that exact effect. But again, you can just do it through the power of your mind and through the power of your particular intention. Some of this has been portrayed and has been detailed by other channels and by other individuals who study these types of things. So we invite you to seek out that information regarding water. And not only drinking activated water, but increasing your intake of water overall will assist you to shift more rapidly and more smoothly into the higher density. The third point we would like to bring out is also regarding your physical being, your physical form, as it transitions into a higher density. And this is regarding the solids which you consume at this time. Eventually, you will not be consuming as many solid foods. Your foods will be more refined and more in a liquid format. And many of you have noticed that several products are coming out at a rapid pace in the market with supplements and different things that are in a liquid form. All of these are intended to assist in the shift and have been quote unquote inspired or channeled in a way, if you'd like to put it that way, by those who are creating them, because we are transmitting information to scientists and researchers about the need for the consumption of these types of foods. This does not mean that you need to go out and purchase some of these trending items. It's simply to let you know that the whole entire planet will be shifting to a higher percent liquid diet. A higher percent liquid diet. Therefore, for you to be able to shift more easily, you may want to consider consuming more foods that are blended or liquefied. It will just be much easier for your body to digest and to receive the nutrients it needs in its higher density state, as some of the contents which it will be consuming will still be a lower density, but in a blended or liquefied state, again, they can more easily be absorbed by a higher density being. We are happy to be able to convey this information to you. Extremely pleased that you have been here to listen to what we have decided to instruct you on. And we would like to let you know that we are always at your service in any time that you need information regarding this shift. In particular, our duty is to oversee the physical transition, and therefore, should you have further questions, we would be happy to answer if you would like to connect with us personally as well. We bid you farewell, and again express our gratitude. Well, that was definitely an informative channeled message and very fascinating to me. Some of those items might not be surprising to you. You may have already read about them or considered them, but they were brought through for a reason. So whether this is a synchronicity for you or whether this information is new for you, I feel that it is definitely beneficial to be conveyed at this time, as they mentioned. They said that. As always, I am extremely grateful to you for tuning in for this energy update this week. I encourage you to look back at some of the other updates that I've done with the Galactic Federation. You can see those happened really recently, so in May and April 2021, if I'm thinking about it off the top of my head here. I'd also like to invite you to please reach out. I am always happy to interact with my listeners, and you can contact me through email. It's activationswithjj@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram. I do personalized light language sessions, also personalized sessions which can help you tap into your higher self or bring through any messages that are specific to your particular shift. Thank you again for joining me and co-creating this with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.